Hello friends, today we are going to talk about the emergency tool set we take with us when we go flying in the outback. We will also show you how to lift this aircraft for flat tire repair without any jack or lifting device. That will be interesting to watch, especially if you like circus. The toolbox is one of the 3 items we take with us when we fly away. We usually take this toolbox, the emergency kit, and a flight bag. I'll talk about emergency kit and the flight bag in the next videos. For now, we'll focus on what's inside this bag. Most common issue when people travel into remote places, whether they drive or fly, is a flat tire. Of course, when you drive, you usually have the entire spare wheel with you, and it's not a big issue to replace a flat tire. With a plane, things are different. We usually don't carry the entire wheel with us. The best option for a flat on a small plane like this would be a spare tube and some tools to replace it. The biggest problem with replacing the tire is lifting the aircraft so wheel can be taken off and the tube replaced. As I mentioned earlier, lifting aircraft to replace flat tire represents a bit of a challenge, especially if you do it off your home airfield somewhere in the outback. So we come up with an idea and we would like to share one with you. I've designed this little thing we call Bobbin. It's attached to the bottom of the landing gear with M10 bolt and provides the lifting point or some kind of anchor point for a stand or a jack to keep the wheel off the ground. Landing gear of RV12 has a hole here, and I tapped it with M10 tab for the bolt to be attached here. So the way how this bobbin attached is, first we need to put a nut over this bolt. And screw it in like this all the way, and screw the bolt in, but don't tighten it. Instead, tighten the nut. You don't need to tighten it a lot, just so it holds nicely there. Now you have strong lifting point at the bottom of your landing gear. Now the trick is to place this stand under the hard point, and for that someone needs to lift the aircraft. And I'll show you how it can be done without having a jack or any device. This activity is definitely a 2-person job. Fortunately for us, my wife and I, we fly together most of the time, and if we need to do this trick, we actually can do it. To make the whole trick a little easier, I recommend to turn this front wheel towards the wing we are going to lift. If we want to lift right tire, we need to turn this front wheel to the right, all the way. It will make it so much easier to lift the right wing. All right, here's the circus number. I'm going to get under the wing and lift it while Dina will place the stand under the hard point. Ready? All right, that's it. If you like this circus number, please put a like on this video and consider subscribing. Once you fix the tire and it looks good and pumped, you need to take the aircraft off this stand. Let's see how that is done. Essentially, it's the same process. Just position yourself under the main spar and push with your shoulders, and let your partner know when they can remove the stand. Okay, ready?
Yep. Remove.
Easy. This stand is probably the heaviest part of the whole mechanism for lifting the aircraft. All up, it's about 1 kilogram of goodies, so it's not too heavy. We always carry it with us along with the tool bag. Okay, let's have a look what's inside this tool bag. This actual tool bag comes with this little box. As you can see, this is aviation grade, very expensive box, specially designed for carrying the tubes. This box contains everything required to replace the tube if you have a flat. So we have a spare tube here, some spare caps and valves. We have a couple of Allen keys to disassemble the split rims and a few spare Cotter pins. There is also a small tube repair kit just in case we need one. Obviously, after a tube has been replaced, it needs to be pumped. So I have this little bicycle pump. It's not the best, but that should do the trick. Okay, let's quickly go through what else is in this bag. Most important part of this tool bag is this checklist. It has the content of all items that's supposed to be in the bag. So before we go for a long flight, we make sure everything is in place. In case we have electric problems, I have this tiny little multimeter. The leads are a bit short, but they do the trick. Another item that comes really handy for off-the-field repair is electric screwdriver. This one costs, I don't know, about 20 bucks, and we used it a few times when we had to remove the cowl, and it helps when it's 30 or 40 degrees outside and flies trying to eat you, and you want to do things really quickly. Normal screwdriver is a bit slow to achieve your goal. This one helps a lot. And of course I have just normal screwdriver, like double-ended, like this. Phillips on one side and flat on another. And of course I have a bunch of sockets for most common nuts and bolts on this aircraft. The extension is a very important thing to have. There are a few places on this aircraft where you cannot reach with just a socket and a wrench. I have 3 sets of pliers, just a normal one like this, needle nose pliers with bent tips, and the pliers where the jaws are adjustable. They're very handy for removing the nut from the hub on the wheel. If you need to replace the wheel, to replace the flat tire, that's the tool that you're gonna need. In case there is a nut or a bolt that I don't have socket for, I have this little adjustable wrench. It might come handy for these situations. I also have a roll of safety wire and this really nifty Clump tight tool. Basically, it's a tool that allows you to make clumps over your hoses if you have to repair a hose like oil or coolant hose. That safety wire and this tool allows you to make a temporary clamp that holds pretty well. Highly recommend. Another very useful item is the speed tape. It's actual real speed tape from 3M. It's aluminum tape, self-adhesive, and it is really good in case you need to cover something. As you probably noticed, airliners use it a lot. I have a short, about 2 meters long piece of electric wire. It's about 18 gauge. That should cover most of electric repair needs in the field. Another must-have item for long-distance travel is cable ties. There are probably 5 different sizes of cable ties here. You just have to have it. I also have a bunch of rubber bands, just in case. We also have 2 spare spark plugs and spark plug cap. There was a situation in the past when we had to replace spark plug cap being in the middle of nowhere. It was quite an unpleasant exercise. From then on, I always have one spare. And just in case, I always have one Sharpie here in the toolbox. You never know when you need it. And probably most important item in the tool bag is rubber gloves. You gotta have them to protect your hands while working on the aircraft. You can find a full list of the items I have in this tool bag in the description for this video. Please let me know in the comments what you think about the content of this tool bag, and also let me know what do you have in your flyaway tool bag. In addition to all the tools, I always carry a spare can of oil for Rotax and a foldable fuel jerry can. It's about 20 liters and comes really handy. Alright, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you like it, and see you next time.